Rodney, talk to us about AI. How do you guys look at AI in terms of I guess just as a really general statement, but are you guys kind of using this to help build out your models?
Yeah, so it's a little bit like I mentioned there briefly earlier on. So basically, from day one, this approach that we have is always been what we call learning based, which means that we use machine learning in different ways and forms throughout everything we do. It's from the bottom layer, bottom up, but also specifically top down with the allocation layer. We also use a learning based methodology, an allocation algorithm that we developed ourselves over the years. Of course, the degree of complexity tends to vary a little bit, from if you're looking at, the first dimension of momentum chasing model or chasing a momentum, for instance, you don't really need to use deep learning network to be able to capture that. I mean, maybe then some sort of non-linear kind of capturing, maybe a bit more efficient with slightly less features and so on. So basically, you could basically do all that we do as well. You could just take all the factors and then train one gigantic neural network on it and hope for the best. And it might work well from time to time, but for us, it would reduce that transparency that we want. So we want to target specific layers in the market. So that's why we chose to, break it down into these two layers and then take the specific submodels or components instead and focus on specific things in the market. So basically it's a combination of a lot of mini networks working together or working on their own and spitting something out that is standardized at the top layer they can allocate to in a meaningful way. So from our point of view is if you look at the whole from top down, if you look at it, it's AI basically. It's a learning based approach where it becomes very self-learning, optimizing of process, the whole approach. But like I said, we started in 2016. Not that many people were talking about AI back then. It started to come more and more. We did with the accredited program. We're talking about one of these. We were presenting at one of the AI conferences in Frankfurt. Unfortunately, it was online because it wasn't the COVID times or just after COVID. So we had sort of a little bit involved in that scheme, trying to mention a little bit that, hey, guys, this is actually what we are doing. And like I said, now it's almost flipped over to the other side. And now it's all AI. Everything is AI. Everybody's training to be doing AI. We're still doing the same thing that we always have been doing. And we're trying to say, okay, but this is the way we've been working all the time. Of course, we did come to a lot of good things as well, because there are a lot of new methodology and things that we can test, and then new approaches that we can probably utilize that we really didn't think of just because of the onslaught of things. Of course, the ChatGPT and the large language models and so on, they of course are maybe not useful in from an asset management point of view, but they do of course bring a lot of other nice features in terms of working efficiency, using them for building code in Python and things like that. So there are benefits to that as well from us. That's maybe the new thing in terms of where we haven't really utilized AI before, and writing presentations or monthly reports or summaries and things like that. That all of the sudden you have somebody to do that for you, and which is great when you are only 4 people. So that's maybe where we are using AI or learning in a new way. But besides that, I would say that it's very much embedded in what we do. We keep on talking about learning and adaptivity. That's the phrases that we want to use, because still it's a little bit more targeted. It's a little bit breaking it down in components and putting those components together